A soldier is recovering after surviving a shot to the face during the Civil War. They were sharpening teeth of Indonesian tribes in 1938. Okay, so we're talking about the University of Montana, and there's about 150 years between the two things we're looking at. American athlete Jesse Owens, in London after winning 4 gold medals at the 1936 Berlin Olympics. London, England, 1936. Dancer Lily Saint is standing in court after the police raided her dressing room at the Sunset Club. Lily says her dance costume wasn't any more indecent than the bikini you'd see on any beach. In December 1951. Charles Chaplin acts out a tragedy in the film The Gold Rush, 1925. Citroën Caron, a bizarre French concept car. It looked like a pyramid spaceship on wheels, created in 1980. The Japanese bad boys in the 80s did their hair like greasers from the American 1950s. Ozzy Osbourne with his son Jack, 1990s. Chuck Norris is teaching karate to Barbra Streisand in 1975. All right, let's talk about the rich kids versus the poor kids in Britain in 1937. Pedro Pascal with his friends and classmates graduating from the New York University Tisch School of the Arts in 1997. A Tlingit shaman is binding a witch in Sitka, Alaska. This is a baptism for the Ku Klux Klan's youngest member during the 1920s. A breathtaking 1913 view of London shows a workman standing high above Tower Bridge on a narrow gantry, fearlessly working without a trace of safety equipment. Frida Kahlo with a pet hawk, 1939. Pablo Picasso and François Gillot, 1948. Protesters are on the streets of Lisbon during the Carnation Revolution, a military coup by military officers. They overthrew the authoritarian Estado Novo government in 1974. Sailing on the beach at Ormond, Florida in 1903. July 31st, 1922, Laurel, Maryland. 2 B and O freights wrecked in a head-on crash at the Laurel Switch. The ideal woman, according to 1938 standards, was the 20-year-old model, June Cox. She was considered ideal, standing at about 168 centimeters tall and weighing 56 kilograms. The Tuileries Garden, Paris, May 1923. Lovers in Paris during the flood, 1978. Norwegian speed skater Oscar Matheson is pictured with his many awards and honors throughout the early 1900s. An American ace pilot in Tunisia, 1943, with swastikas showing how many enemy planes he had shot down. Halle Berry, 1997. The Bowhead House, in Edinburgh, Scotland. It was built in the mid-1500s and demolished between 1878 and 1879. Lucy Lawless for Esquire magazine, August 1997. Norma Jean, also known as Marilyn Monroe. The photo was taken around 1940. This is a German hunting knife that's also a gun and a calendar from 1528. Circus actors, 1920. An election poster, and the slogan says, "You are the majority." This was in France, 1969. The 11th Congress of the Socialist Unity Party of the GDR happened in the Palast der Republik. It was a grand assembly in East Berlin, in the German Democratic Republic, or East Germany, around April 17th to the 21st, 1986. This medical device is for treating the rectum. Teenagers at a game room, the 80s. Jamie Lee Curtis in the 1980s versus now. She was an actress. In the 80s, she was blonde. She had big hair. She was wearing a dress. A window cleaner is cleaning the outside of the United Nations headquarters in New York City on April 17, 1953. A local woman is holding up one of the natural mummies found in the crypts under the Cathedral of St. Andrew the Apostle in Venzone, Italy, in September 1950. The mummified bodies date from 1348 to 1881. There's a Kachin soldier holding his sword. This was during the World War II Burma campaign in 1944. J. Robert Oppenheimer spoke to New York Times reporter William Lawrence on the left during a press visit to the A-bomb blast site in 1945. John Lewis smiles while getting his mugshot taken after being arrested for using a white bathroom in segregated Mississippi in 1961. Michelle Pfeiffer, 1988. Albert DeSalvo, the confessed Boston Strangler, got rearrested in Lynn, Massachusetts. This was after he escaped from Bridgewater State Hospital on February 25, 1967. Two brothers are trying to rescue horses from a flooding train yard. This happened in Washington in 1980. Gloria Richardson, the leader of the civil rights movement in Cambridge, Maryland during the 1960s, worked tirelessly to end segregation and unequal government treatment of blacks. A couple is dancing in a Paris street during the 1940s. In the 1950s, kindergarten nap time was a non-negotiable. Educators believed kids needed that rest to grow and thrive. Lunch wrapped up, and then it was mat or cot time for every kid in specially designed classrooms. Franklin Roosevelt in a car on a walk. Welsh strongwoman Miriam Kate Williams Vulcana, in her show outfit and trademark long hair, around 1890. X-ray fitting machines were used to check how a shoe fit between 1930 and 1950. May Gordon's original insane moving pedestal, a unique act from the early 20th century, specifically around 1907. Men are gambling over a game of Pharaoh inside a saloon. This is in Arizona, in the year 1900. Debbie Harry's hanging out with Joan Jett in the late 1970s. Lundgren and Stallone on the set of Rocky IV, 1958. In 1979, 21-year-old Michael Jackson dressed as Charlie Chaplin for a photo shoot, paying tribute to the silent film star he admired. In the 1920s, Abdülmecid II was head of the Imperial Ottoman House of Osmanoglu. They were figurehead rulers of the Republic of Turkey at the time. He was the final widely recognized caliph, or leader, of the Muslim world. The Japanese delegation is attending the Red Square Victory Parade of 1945. The USSR wasn't at war with Japan, and Japan sent an awkward delegation to attend the ceremony commemorating the defeat of their German ally. Arnold Schwarzenegger trained for the role of Conan with Sensei Kiyoshi Yamazaki in 1982. A Soviet mother is sheltering her child during German shelling in Krasnaya Sloboda, August 1941. September 2nd, 1944. Napoleon Square after an air raid. Ernesto Che Guevara, around 1962. A group of refugee children were received by a French organization. They were aided by the American Red Cross at Saint-Sulpice in Paris. This happened in August of 1918. Girl Scout troop members presented a silver plate and bowl to First Lady Betty Ford at Jacksonville International Airport in Jacksonville, Florida, in 1976. All right, here we go. It's a nice day in Los Angeles, 1951. A couple is in a convertible and the top is down. The man is driving and he's wearing a hat and sunglasses. The woman sitting next to him is wearing a scarf. They're both looking ahead, enjoying the ride. Robert Sean Leonard, who was in House, MD, and Winona Ryder, are in a casual Polaroid from the 1990s. Perhaps it was taken between shots of the movie, The Age of Innocence. South African ambassador to the United States, Harry Schwartz, presented the new flag of South Africa to U.S. President Bill Clinton and Vice President Al Gore in May of 1994. An ice table formed on the sea coast after low tide. This was in the Netherlands in 1963. A second-hand dealer and stamp collector in Bratislava around 1935 to 1938. Johnson is singing with his dog Yuki, and his grandson is watching with wide eyes. This happened at his Texas ranch in 1968, when Johnson was still president. Princess Diana's iconic revenge dress, worn the night Prince Charles publicly admitted to being unfaithful to her in 1994. King Alexander of Yugoslavia in 1934. The last surviving members of the Civil War are being honored in front of City Hall in Newark, New Jersey in 1934. The New York City subway looked like this in 1961. Honestly, it doesn't look as different as I would have expected. The Moulin Rouge, Paris, 1925. Princess Patricia is inspecting Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry in 1919. Circus elephants, many of them, and Curie, clearing rubble in Hamburg after World War II, 1945. Following the liberation of France by Allied forces in 1944, French citizens started targeting those suspected of collaborating with the Nazis. Women across France would have their heads shaved and then be paraded through towns and cities. Paramount Theater, November 26, 1952, opening night for the first 3D movie. It's a behind-the-scenes shot of Robin Williams and Matt Damon on the set of Good Will Hunting in 1997. The fraternization of the Polish and Hungarian occupiers happened during the aggression against Czechoslovakia in 1938. Native American girls were trained to be productive, subservient homemakers in the mold of Victorian norms. Dancers, Emily Frankel and Mark Ryder, New York, early 1950s. Hitler, pictured on the right, is shoveling dirt at the ceremonial inauguration of Reichsautobahn construction on September 23, 1933. The family is showing off their new television set from 1949. March 16, 1986. There's a Mickey Mouse mascot in Pripyat, which was in the USSR during the celebration of saying farewell to winter. John Candy on the set of Spaceballs, 1987. Marilyn Monroe while filming River of No Return in 1954. Luc Besson and Milla Jovovich, 1997. Bormann and Hitler at Wehrwolf Wehrmacht headquarters in western Ukraine in 1942. Susie Quattro, 1973. Katie Sandwina is getting ready to break a chain over her thigh. 1895. Tibetan monks surrendered their weapons to Chinese soldiers after a failed uprising in 1959. Britney Spears in Japan, 1999. She was born in 1934 in Rome. She was one of the most popular Italian actresses. She began her film career in 1950. She has won an Academy Award for Best Actress, a Grammy Award, and 5 Golden Globe Awards. She has also won a Special Academy Award for her contributions to world cinema. This is an historic ethnographic portrait by photographer Edward S. Curtis. He's known for documenting Native American people in the early 20th century. This was taken in 1929. Baby Elephant Dentist, 1924. George the humanoid robot from the 1930s was constructed by motor engineer Alan Herbert Reffel and Captain W. H. Richards in 1930. Monica Bellucci, 1993. Unreal Tournament LAN Party. Who remembers these 1990s? 1942 to 1945, Polish refugees in Iran. Students at Liverpool Drama School are enjoying a lesson in artistically slapping boys, 1939. "22-year-old Boris Johnson, March 1986. There's an Arab man with 3 wives and 2 maids. This is from the 1870s in Egypt. A carousel sits in front of the circus on the Champs-Élysées. This is in Paris during the 1890s. Ab Jenkins is sitting inside his Mormon Meteor on the Bonneville Salt Flats in the late 1930s. President Bill Clinton and Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat are opening the Gaza International Airport in Rafah in 1999. New York, around 1921. There's a lady and her phonograph. The Casino Kursaal, or also known as the Kursaal Pleasure Palace, in Ostende. It was built in 1875 and destroyed during World War II. American soldiers are having tea with Kuwaiti civilians during Operation Desert Storm, Kuwait, 1991. This is about a banned children's science toy kit that cost $51. It was from 1951, and it actually contained real radioactive substances. It's an Army Day parade. This took place in Taiwan in 1951. Swedish police officers in 1976 are speeding through traffic on skateboards. A nobleman from Dahomey on February 24, 1930. In 1990, there was a Ukrainian demonstration, and they were demanding independence from the Soviet Union. Monica Bellucci and Shauna Zadrick, photographed by Ellen von Unworth, 1994. Jennifer Connelly and Jim Henson, during the filming of Labyrinth, 1986. Anthony Bourdain is preparing a meal in his New York City apartment in 1986. After graduating from nursing school in the late 1890s, John Lennon sniffing a bottle of Coca-Cola in 1960. It's the participants in the musical at Radio City Music Hall in New York, 1937.